Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. All right, welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV, and tonight it's the North-South Racing League. Can't wait to get into this here tonight in the Throwback 100. I'm Dean Doucette, joined in the booth tonight by Mr. Baron Labosco and Mr. Colin J. Kennedy. Guys, Baron, we look now, we're getting down into it. Race 8 of 13, I believe, and these guys got to start thinking about championships here.
Yeah, they sure do, and first and second place have kind of separated themselves from the rest of the pack. But as we look here, when we get to Gary Eschen in third, all the way back to sixth place, everybody's in striking distance there. So as we go through the rest of this season, just about everybody's alive for one of those podium spots, Dean. We're looking forward to seeing what they have here at North Wilkesboro to sort this out a little bit further.
Yeah, absolutely. Guys are still alive for the podium. They need to do something with Blaise Brinkley, who's on top. They got to have him have a bad night. But Nichols, Eschen, Hacker, Shepard in the top 5. These guys still in a dogfight for second for now, and hopefully still for first. You got Ryan Johnson, Scott Austin, Justin Rigsby, Adam Gebel, and Travis Hoffler, who won the overall competition in last week's duel. So he made a big points gain here. And Colin, he jumps into the top 10. Who do you like out of this group here?
I like Randy Nichols and the momentum that he's carrying from last week. He picked up the win last week at South Boston on the second twin race. He's got to carry that momentum, and he's got to capitalize on Blaise making a mistake in one of these races to cut that gap a little bit. But he needs to stay consistent. He's doing great being consistent, and I like to see Gary Eschen. Gary Eschen's also been very consistent this season. He also picked up a win last week, so expect those with the amount of momentum that they're going to have to be running up front and be confident.
Yeah, most definitely. These guys are experienced competitors. We do expect them up front. As we look in to the keys to the race here, track position, pitting, and strategy, we didn't get to sit a lot to see in this area last week with the twins. Not much pitting, if any at all. And now, Baron, this week it could come into play.
It could. It's contingent on the number of cautions we'll see in the evening. We have yet to see a green flag stop from this group, so it could happen here at North Wilkesboro. Wilkesboro is a nice wide track. Some of these guys may attempt the high line for some passes, but the low line's a fast way around, and it could come down to pit strategy to get them up front.
Yeah, it very well could be. Right now, these guys in qualifying, trying to see who will get the pole here, but not really, because only the top 8, they get a chance to go into our redraw, and once you get into the redraw, then you get a chance to go for that pole. And I mean, last week, I believe we've seen some real clairvoyance, or was it the week before, where almost like the top 6 called their shots and picked them all. I mean, you got to get in the top 8, though. How big is that, Colin? Like, track position here at a place like North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, this track's definitely difficult to pass on. It's one of those momentum tracks, so you want to keep up your momentum, but the runs are going to come really slowly here. The main way of passing is going to be through tire saving. The tires were out fast here, so old surface, which is expected. But yeah, starting up top 8, it's going to be great for you because you can manage your stuff, pace yourself. You'll have a chance to win. But just managing your tires is going to be your main thing. But track position is very critical to winning this race because you do not want to be wasting your tires passing people the entire race.
Yeah, and what I've also noticed about North Wilkesboro, Dean, just to cap on top of what Colin was saying, these are momentum cars, and these cars are going to require a lot of on throttle time in order to accommodate some passing. So to Colin's point, right, the guy who manages that throttle position, right, he's going to be the fast one around this track. And Colin, I got to tell you, every time I raced North Wilkesboro, it was the low line for me. Can you make a high line pass here?
Oh yeah, no doubt. depends on tires and how your setup is. But this high side does work here. It carries a lot of momentum, depending on how well it turns. The bottom, sometimes you can get loose down there. You can clip the grass, stuff like that. But the high side does work here, mainly in 1 and 2, 3 and 4. You won't see it as much, but yeah, the high side could work here.
This is a bit of a homecoming for you, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a pretty local track to me. Yeah, I've been here once or twice, so yeah, I love this track, and man, it's great to watch. Always gonna puts on a show.
Right now, guys not gridding up. Not sure why, but there seems to be something going on here with the league and maybe a decision not to have these guys race it. I don't know. They're waiting, and we'll get word
Yeah.
more.
Hey, I can expand on that a little bit. So we're at exactly 30 cars here right now with.
I'm sorry, you cut out.
Yeah, sorry. So we had exactly 30 cars here tonight. So it would have been 4 cars for 4 spots. So no need to have those guys join and run the LCQ. We're going to go ahead and let the pace car do its laps, and it'll roll on into the warm-up. So we can go ahead and start the redraw if you guys are ready. I'll start dragging people up to the broadcast booth.
All right, that sounds great. So you heard it there live. No LCQ here. So a guy like Wachowski out here, who's I think won a few of these things, is going to miss out on his practice time. And JD Callahan was down there as well, who's a race winner. So surprising to see him in it, but he will not have to race. And we're going to get into our race draw portion of this competition right here shortly. I mean, Baron, is this good or bad for those guys that were involved?
Well, what we've seen is some guys actually utilizing the LCQ as a practice session, right? They're out there, they're turning laps, they're getting a feel for their machines, and then when it translates into the feature, while they're having a little extra practice, means they got their whole strategy laid out, and they can get a feel for the tires or the fall off and how these machines are going to run. So. Now everybody's on an even pace here. Everybody's going to be starting on the same program. So I think it's going to be interesting. We're going to see some comers and goers tonight, Dean.
We definitely are. Justin, we get right into our redraw situation. Who do we got up here first?
First up is going to be the 57 quick time Ryan Joyner.
Quick time Ryan Joyner. I don't know if that's a nickname or not, but I like it, Ryan.
Yo, I've been whooping them.
Yeah, I've been whooping them. So Tiny Horse here is now quick time. I love it. And how are you feeling about the track here? You're feeling quick, obviously.
Yeah, I'd be ripping.
Okay, man, a few words. He's quick, he's ripping. Let's rip into it then. A board is open for our temporary pole sitter. Can you pull the pole out here? 1 through 8.
7.
7. Man, a few words tonight. Straight into the 7. And he'll be starting 4th tonight. How you feeling about starting on the outside row?
All I've got all year. I'm feeling good.
I love the positivity, man. Keep it up and good luck out there.
I hope Ethan gets 8.
Oh, a shot
Straight up.
fired.
Straight up.
Oh, I see how it is.
All
Yeah,
right.
you see how it is.
All right, boys. Take it easy. Not even on the track.
I love
yet.
it. Trash talk, and they hadn't even lined him up yet.
Holy cow, folks. It's going to be heated
You
out
heard
here.
Tango tell you he got streaks in his draws?
I don't know if we should let all you guys in the booth. This is getting out of hand.
Somebody accused him of pulling a pole.
All right, Justin. Who else we got here?
Got the 51 Ethan Johnson next.
All right, Ethan. You heard him. He's telling you he wants you to pick 8.
Guys, we're back up here. We don't have any OL for tonight, so we're ready to rock.
All right, man. And how you feeling about North Wilkesboro then? Like, he got the outside lane. Look, how about a shot? He took a shot at you. You think he can handle the outside?
Look, inside, outside, he's gonna be in the back at the end of this thing anyway, so it don't matter.
All right. I like it. The fight's on. We'll have something to watch for. You two gonna go at it here tonight. Give us a pick. Anything but 7.
I'm gonna go for 4.
Number 4. And you'll start second, so right in front of him on the outside. That's dangerous, my friend.
Yes.
Be careful up there.
I appreciate it, my man.
All right, good luck. Justin, who's next?
77, Blaise Brinkley.
Blaise Brinkley, points leader, got a comfortable lead out here. Blaise, what's the mentality going forward here as you hunt a championship?
You just gotta do the same thing we've done all year. Just gotta keep being consistent with your finishes.
That's it. No change in mindset. That's what champions do. You keep looking forward, keep striving for the best. How do you like North Wilkesboro?
I've always hated it. So, we've never really struggled for speed anywhere, but I don't know. This place just kind of races weird sometimes.
And one last one here. Is it PlayStation or Xbox?
Xbox, definitely.
Oh, an Xbox. Unexpected answer here.
It's
From-
the other box.
It's the other. As long as you got a box, you're going to be all right, Blaise. Blaise, 1 through 3, 5, 6, or 8.
6.
6. Here we go, folks. Bam! You'll be starting third. Not too shabby at all.
Sweet.
All right. Good luck out there. Justin, who's next?
Next up, we got the number 89, Dustin Shepard.
Dustin Shepard, having yourself one whale of a season out here. Dustin, what are your thoughts on tonight's race?
It's going to be about saving your tires and maintaining overall grip. So it's going to wear them out.
Well,
So-
you know, up in the booth, anybody says saving tires, we love it because that means green flag racing. Are you anticipating long green flag racing here tonight?
You never know with us.
fair enough.
I mean,
Baron,
it could happen. It could happen, but I doubt it.
Baron, you got any thoughts here?
I hope he's right. I hope, we get some green flag runs out here. I'd love to see it. I'm still trying to concentrate on who's going to pull the pole, Dean.
Oh boy. All right, well, let's see if you're going to pull the pole here.
Which one's the big pole puller, right?
1, 2, 3, 5, or 8.
I'm going to go with the 1. So I go 1 and 1 here.
All right, trying to go 1 for 1, and bam, he calls his shot. 1
Man.
for 1, pulling the pole.
That was luck.
All right, best of luck out
It though,
there.
right?
All
Thank
right, moving on. Justin, who's up next?
Up next, we got the number 82, Bryan Cole. I believe this is his first redraw appearance.
Bryan Cole, first time up in the booth. I mean, maybe not. We broadcast you elsewhere, but here in this league, good to see you up in the top 8, Brian.
Thank you. I've always liked North Wilkesboro, so figured I'd run tonight.
Yeah, indeed you do. I personally know some of your history here, so you got to be feeling pretty confident. The top 4, though, took the top 4 spots. Do you smelling some kind of conspiracy here?
Well, I don't know. I tell you, it's very competitive. It's going to be hard to win, no matter where I pull.
Well, it is. Brian, we root for you here because we know you. We're rooting for you. I guess the best you can do is pull 5th. You got 2, 3, 5, or 8.
Let me choose number 5.
Number 5. And that'll start you 7th. At least you get on the inside row, Brian.
That's true.
All right. Best of luck to you out there tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Justin, who's up next?
Up next, we got the number 20, Travis Hoffler.
Travis Hoffler, big winner last week, taking the overall of the Twins. You must have been pretty happy with that, Travis.
Oh yeah, well, I got the first race win. I didn't get the overall, but got a top 3 out of the overall, which was well deserved, I think.
Okay, well, I must have misread the points. I guess over on Race Hub they're not quite the way you guys average them out. So you got the first race win, and always tough to come through the field to get a second one, especially with this many cars. How are you feeling about tonight here at North Wilkesboro? Will there be any passing here tonight?
Maybe once the tires wear out, I imagine we'll be getting some runs, but it'll be tough to make a pass on anybody. That's for sure.
Well, you got your feet wet now with the victory, and now you're looking for, I guess, to pull the number 5 here. You got 2, 3, or 8. What's it going to be?
Oh, give me number 3 again.
Number 3, looking for 5th. And you're going to grab it, 5th place. So the best you could have done in there. So great job.
Yep, I'll take the inside, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, best of luck. Justin, who's up?
We got the 38, Ryan Johnson next.
Ryan, Tiny Horse Johnson. What's going on, Ryan?
Oh, we're here. You know.
What?
Just moseying along.
Just moseying along? What did we pull you from your campfire? What's going on here?
I was busy eating some hay.
Okay, hey, well, everybody likes what they like. I mean, I don't know. Baron, you ever had any hay?
High fiber.
High fiber for sure. So, Tiny Horse out of the hay bale and into the chews in here. You only got 2 or 8. Best you can do is 6. So, what's it going to be? 2 or 8?
He's just trying to stay regular.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to keep it flowing.
I almost thought you did a little horse noise there for a minute.
Let me get number 2.
Number 2. Let's have at it. Oh, and unfortunately he's starting 8th, but not too bad. He qualified 7th on the track, 8th in the redraw. So good luck there, and keep her clean.
We're gonna try. That's been our keel this season.
All right, sir. Best of luck, Justin. Who's last up here?
Bryan Hacker, last on the redraw, but first in our hearts.
All right, first in our hearts and 6th on the track tonight. No chance to really draw here, Brian, but a little chance to shout out and talk here for a minute. How you feeling about your chances here tonight?
Hopefully pretty good. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we get some green flag laps. I think that's really going to be the sign of what happens at the end of it tonight. If we get green, I think there'll be some passing. If not, it'll just be restart roulette like normal, so we'll see.
Well, if there is some cautions, what do you think about pit strategy? Could this play a role here tonight?
It depends. I mean, it all depends on when the cautions fly, and if we get any long green flag runs, I think it could be advantageous to pit, but only if it's there's only certain circumstances I'll consider it tonight.
All right. Well, we'll be looking for that and see if we can figure out what those circumstances might be. But best of the luck out there to you, Brian, and hope to see you up here in race interviews in our top 3 at the end of this thing.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. That was Justin and group of drivers drawn during our redraw. And, number 1 was the pole. That's the first time today or this season that the number 1 spot was in fact the pole. What do you think about that one, Colin?
I'm still wondering whenever 8's going to draw a pole. We ain't seen that yet. I was expecting one of these last 2 races to get it, but hey, 1 for 1.
There you go. All right, as these guys continue their warm-up here, they'll be going into race mode here in a couple of seconds as you see Jesse Womack get loose. And I go to you, back to you, Colin, here for a little expertise as maybe we hop on board here with Matt Cook. Maybe you can just tell us a little bit about North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, you have a weird entry heading into turn 1. You want to be right up against where that orange Holly Farms sign is right there, just to get a perfect exit on that corner. There's really no indicator where the corner starts because of pit wall. Turns 3 and 4, you want to be almost on that curve right there, hugging that thing. But this is a great shot from Matt Cook. Very smooth, the corner, not trying to burn off that right rear coming off the corner, not spinning any tires. But yeah, this track's all about saving. You can run at half a lane up, and it does save tires on your right sides, and you'll constantly have better right sides of the entire race. But you do leave that inside lane open, so that it gives that opportunity for passing.
And Baron, you tend to agree with that assessment?
Yeah, every step of the way. Look, I don't drive these late models too much, and Colin, he's in them every day. I defer to the expert here.
Yeah. Go ahead, Colin.
He said I tried my best. I only know a couple things.
Bryan Hacker taking a couple of laps out here. Right now, why don't we take a short commercial break? When we come back, we'll be ready to start this racing event. welcome back here where these guys are getting ready to go racing in our feature presentation here tonight, the Throwback 100. You gotta say, not a lot of throwbacks, but maybe we can give a couple of throwback calls here in the booth tonight, Baron.
I'd love to, see some of the classic NASCAR stuff, and it looks like a lot of these guys are throwing back to maybe their own late models, maybe, or someplace they cut their own teeth.
Yeah, absolutely. That's possible out here. I never know exactly what they're doing here. The top 8, of course, are not settled yet, so we'll wait for these guys to get these things all in the proper order before we call tonight's starting order. But big race here at North Wilkesboro, another big field. And Colin, when you think about big fields here at North Wilkesboro, you got to be concerned about whether there be cautions or not.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Usually bigger fields cause more cautions because there's more cars, but you'll see a lot more comers and goers with the amount of cars that are in the field. Different strategy calls, which is great. This is exactly what you want to see, especially up in the booth. But yeah, you'll definitely see a variety of different lines, different strategies, different people on different tires, saving different tires. It's always good to see a big field, but yeah, I think we're in for a treat tonight. It's gonna be a pretty interesting race.
Yeah, absolutely. Going to be super interesting here. And here's tonight's starting grid here. Not in the appropriate top 8, but Ryan Joyner, Ethan Johnson, Blaise Brinkley, Dustin Shepard, Gary Eschen, Brian Cole, Travis Hoffler, and Ryan Johnson, your top 8. It's Hacker and Eastman in row 5, Gebel and Gordon in row number 6. You got Austin, Womack, Killam, Rigsby, Moore, Dinsmore, Nichols, Clavey, Janjanin, Klein, Stump, and Cook, your top 24. And there's the rest of your field. See Callahan at the back there. That's going to be tough for him.
Mark Keeler running shotgun on the field. So it looks like they're going to run an extra lap here under caution to get them all sorted out and get that top 8 the way it should. Interesting set, and Colin, like you said, big field. It won't take them long before the front of this field catches the back end.
Oh yeah, it's going to be within the first probably I'd say 30 or so laps. So you'll start seeing some cars that either had a mistake or something just start coming up creeping on the field. So it's going to be interesting to see how the leader handles lap traffic here because a lot of cars won't move out of the way.
All right. Ethan Johnson and Dustin Shepard, your guys up front here after the redraw. Looks like Brinkley and Joyner in row 2 and Hoffler and Hacker. Here we go. Green flag down and away. Great start by Shepard on the outside. He's looking to take the lead early.
High line pass.
Oh, and contact, and he's around. He pushed up the track, made some contact on the outside row, and behind, there's more cars. Back at the back.
Exactly what you said. Exactly what you said, Baron. Called your shot.
It was there.
So you look up towards the front, you see the 89 kind of pushing up the track. That gets him slowed down, and then the guy behind him just nudges him, and it's on from there.
Yeah, not much Ryan Joyner could do right there. He got into the side of him, and he lost his momentum, and there was nowhere for him to go. He just ran right in the back of him.
And that's tough. Early on, lap 1, I mean, I know you're hard pressed. The outside gets a heck of a start. You're a little slow from the lead spot, and now you feel like you're pressed down into corner 1. And what happens is, all your thoughts of racing clean and not worrying about it go right out the window as your brain gets blacked out and you go into survival mode, Baron.
My brain got blacked out. I was in Talladega. Had a whale of a time. Just a lot of Jack Daniels, Dean. That's how you black out the right way.
Yeah, that's a different kind of blackout, and I'm not sure we approve up here in the booth.
I did.
So it looks like Ryan Joyner here getting a little black flag action early on. I'm not sure that's the appropriate person to get it, but nonetheless, he did get it. It might be the appropriate person. My memory already fading.
I tell you what this is going to cause. It's going to cause a lot of people to think that maybe the high side is going to prevail on these restarts. I mean, Ethan Johnson held his line great right off of turn 2, but it's going to be interesting to see with the shoes rule coming up.
Yeah, choose rule in effect here. So guys, early on are going to be pushed to a decision.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
You see, it's hard to tell exactly what the decisions are if these are where they're being made. I'm not too sure here at this point. You see the two leaders here, Johnson and Brinkley, staying very, very low. So I think this is where the choose. You see Brian Cole dart low, and it looks like Ryan Johnson to the high side.
Yeah, we have a couple of takers on the high side. They might have saw something there right on that restart, on the initial restart.
Looks like Rigsby here is going to move up quite a bit and take advantage as he's showing up 10 spots already.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
And Dinsmore also up 10 and Clavey up 10. So the outside are really, and Klein's up 10 and Cook's up 10. So the whole outside grabbing 10 spots. We'll see if that's going to pay off for him.
And I mean, truthfully, Dean, I think it might. I don't know if you saw how much separation that just came in that one lap, but there's going to be a lot of room for people to come down. And the high side looked decent. It didn't look like it was just going to get absolutely swallowed up that early. And like I said, turn 1 and turn 2, the high side works better than in turns 3 and 4. But if you can just get that run and get comfortable in a spot on the bottom, I mean, it's worth a shot.
Oh, it's definitely worth 10 spots. I mean, my goodness, that's going to be hard to lose that many. So this guy's definitely made the right choice, at least right now. I don't want to put anything on him. Here we go. Pace car is off. This time, Ethan Johnson does not hesitate. He's down and away. Hoffler looking for a spot to get down. He cannot, and that's Bryan Hacker underneath him. Brian Cole a little loose off the corner.
Yeah, about 3 wide there for a minute. So they're getting lined up on the bottom here. Looks like the high side's still trying to hang out there. I enjoy watching what they're doing on the high side.
Yeah, I mean, Rigsby's still up there, and I'm hearing some tires squealing, and I'm seeing some cars turning. Looks like Killam here is got Killam.
That's the second week in a row we've heard that dad joke.
I don't know if I appreciate the dad joke. So up in front of him, and something occurred there. Let's have another little look at it. This is a little further up. Looks like the 87 with Justin Moore. We look in, and someone's going 3 wide. That's the 76, and that's not going to work. I think that was Frankie Klein. Yeah, I mean, he was 3 wide in the middle.
Yeah, 3 wide don't usually work too well here at this track. Never really seen it happen that much, but yeah, it's definitely not worth it, especially this early in the race.
So we had guys talking about tire saving and stuff, and do you think that was a little dreamy thinking to be
optimistic
thinking?
is the technical word for that.
We could use that one.
Yes, but a lot of these guys are looking for track position. They might know that this is going to be a caution-filled race, and they think that's the only way they can get track position right now. But yeah, the guys up front I think are going to be saving. The guys in the back probably not so much.
Well, we got the 83 of Killam up here. He is not the lucky dog. That looks like, is that Mathis? Yes, Jeff Mathis getting the lucky dog. So he'll get back at least 1 lap. I think he's down more than 1 lap. I could be wrong though. Killam at the front of the field. He'll get a wave around.
And what happened to Killam?
No comment.
Yeah, I was about to say go for it again.
So it's going to be Johnson and Brinkley up front, Hacker and Ryan Johnson third and fourth, and Hoffler, Cole, Rigsby, Shepard, Dinsmore, and Gebel your top 10. Now we could be going single file here early, and it really wouldn't surprise me. Maybe not yet, though. It looks like Chew's in progress. So we got guys going high. Looks like Hacker goes high. Looks like Johnson a little undecided, but he goes low. Rigsby back around. He's going to gain a couple of more spots. So Rigsby making up all kinds of ground just on these chooses.
Yeah, he hadn't had to pass anybody yet.
Looks like Matt Cook's going to be a huge winner here. He's going to move way up to second or third on the outside. My goodness. And here comes your guy's favorite, Randy Nichols, on the outside.
I like his courage.
Yeah, it seems like the outside really didn't do bad. They singled out pretty quickly. No one really got shuffled out and stuck out there, but it might be one of those things that a lot of the back markers are just going to use to slowly start coming up to the field. There wasn't a whole lot of sideways or any type of wrecking really on the high side right there. So, I mean, if they can keep the car clean and get into a good rhythm, and on the bottom, I mean, it's going to be something that's going to prevail a lot.
Yeah, I think it might be something about wreck prevention more than track position. They're thinking about trying to go to the bottom.
Yeah, and we're not seeing cell spins like to cause these cautions. These are just racecraft issues. So if you're on the high side out of the trouble, you might actually be doing yourself a favor.
So Ethan Johnson away, Hacker doing a whale of a job on the outside. The two up there looking for the lead. I don't think he can hold on the outside of him. He will not. But now he's got to deal with Blaise Brinkley, points leader. And Rigsby dives in there. So Rigsby started on the high side. He's down already.
Bryan Hacker can find a hole right here. He's got enough momentum down the straightaway to pull in front of Justin Rigsby right here. But
yeah,
it seems like he just didn't get that gap that he wanted.
And I don't think Rigsby's going to let him in there either.
No, Rigsby drives in deep there, and we're back under caution here. Looks like Mathis, who just got a lucky dog, and Moore back involved. So the back of the field providing some entertainment here. Let's have a look at it. 3 wide for 28th place up in front of them. And they take each other out.
And they rip each other in half.
And
That's
behind
great.
them they wreck as well under braking. So, you know, the guys at the back got to calm down a little bit. But it is only a 100-lap race, guys. I mean, what do you do if you're back here and you got 80 laps to try and make your mark?
We haven't ran enough laps really on these tires to go and maybe try a different pit strategy than these guys. So, I mean, there's not a lot of lose or gain in this situation. The only thing I can see gaining is going to that high side and just gaining a couple positions. But other than
the
that,
stickers are still on the tires.
Yeah. They still got the little red lines on us.
Yeah.
So Mathis is in. It looks like Joyner is in. Or Joyner is out. Joyner has left the building. So Ryan Joyner not happy with what he's seeing. Stump and Gordon also out. Nobody else deciding to come in here early in this event.
I mean, would you call it? I mean, I wouldn't, right? I mean, what are we talking about? I mean, the tires are new. There's no fuel burn off yet. We're 20 laps in, but it's all been pace laps.
If I had damage, I'd come in.
Sure. Yeah.
But tires or fuel, no, not at all.
I mean, you got to think, too, this isn't a 20-car field. This is a 30-car field. You're going to go back to the back of the 30-car field? That's a tough one.
Yeah, after what we've seen at the back of the field, no thank you.
I tell you something that probably some of these guys up front are doing. They're probably running these cars either in first or second gear right now, trying to burn off the fuel. They start with 22 gallons, and the lighter this car is, especially at this track, the worse. I mean, the better the tire wear is. It's not going to be as bad. So some of these guys are probably not running in fourth gear around this track trying to save fuel. They're probably trying to burn it right now because it's just better for tires.
Man, that's some technical stuff right there, Colin J. You have just tipped your strategy to all those guys are going to race you.
Well, I'm screwed on Wednesday.
So it looks like Hacker going to try the high side one more time. I imagine Rigsby gets down to the bottom this time, I do believe. And it's going to be the 89 at Dustin Shepard going to the high side. Maybe they haven't chose yet. I'm making choices for them, I believe.
I believe they're going to go single file here.
That's probably more the case, as Colin is on the ball one more time. Got a few jokes I'm going to let go as we go back green flag racing here. Ethan Johnson, Bryan Brinkley, Hacker, Rigsby, Johnson, your top 5.
Yeah, now that we're single file, this is probably going to cause a pretty long green flag run. You're going to see a lot of comers and goers at this point. People saving tires, slowly making up positions here. A lot of more mistakes, not really getting up under cars right now. But this is going to be a great testament to see how this car lasts on the long run.
We've seen the 5 there of Scott Austin really get down the track, make sure he blocked that inside lane. Looks like Austin Williams making a move in the 85 machine. He gets underneath Matt Cook, so he's going to move up one. Back up front, it's Johnson and Brinkley battling it out as they get some separation. Hacker under heat from Rigsby.
Yeah, I think these guys are riding right now, waiting to see how these cautions fall. You notice Brinkley's not letting Johnson out of his sights there. He's just staying in his tire tracks, managing his stuff right now. Racing won't start here for another few laps, but I love seeing the nose-to-tail stuff and some green flags.
Absolutely. Nichols looking to make it 3 wide. Dangerous move from the 69 as he pokes his nose down on the low side.
That was a pretty good move by Randy right there. Saw that they were side by side. They made contact.
And
several
again.
times.
And again.
How we don't get a yellow out of this, I'll never know.
I mean, the 69 putting his nose where it doesn't belong.
Yeah, they're definitely fighting for the position. Is that what we're supposed to say up here?
Back behind them, it's Dinsmore in a fight here. And he's going to lose that battle to Gary Eschen. We've seen that 23 machine a few weeks in a row, or maybe all season even, looking very strong out there.
Yeah, Eschen's a solid driver. He keeps his nose clean, and it's paying off for him. So, if you want to learn how to championship drive, take a lesson from Gary here in the 23 machine.
Absolutely. Leader, Ethan Johnson, out front, still pacing along with Blaise Brinkley. Behind them, it's Hacker, Rigsby, Johnson. These guys are your top 5. And then it's Dustin Shepard, last week's race 1 winner. Hoffler now under heat from Brian Cole. Here comes the 82 machine underneath him.
Yeah, Brian did that little high to low move that he does usually in turns 3 and 4. It's just going to give him that little bit of a run down the straightaway, more momentum. Brian's got to stay to his inside right now. He's not. Obviously, the outside prevailed a little bit right there, so maybe something that the 20 has found out.
Well, I think Brian was giving him a lot of space there. He had a run, but you want to use a guy up later in the race, not early.
Yeah, and you see him. He's doing something that we see a lot of the great drivers do here, and that's rolling that center part. You just see the way the car tracks through the middle of the corner. It's just a little bit different.
Yeah, we always say it. Catching a guy's one thing, passing him is another. And doing it clean, that's a completely different skill set. So Brian probably taking care of his driver on his outside there.
Yeah, but you could tell that Brian is obviously just a little bit faster than the 20 right now. Just trying to figure out a way to pass him as he goes a little bit to the inside right here. Might get a little bit of a run. The 20's up the track just a tad bit, but oh yep, they're almost side by side on the straightaway. This 20's gonna get more momentum down the back stretch.
Yeah, a lot of respect being shown here between the 20 and the 82 of Brian Cole, and it looks like Brian's gonna finally get this done. Yeah.
Hoffler got a little bit loose there on the high side, and that allows Gebel to come up here and take the low side on him as well.
See the gap, take it.
Wow, Colin, see gap, hit gap.
As you see Scott Austin also go to the inside and he's just getting swallowed up. Hoffler is right now.
Yeah, now he's getting freight trained. Yeah, that's too bad.
You can see he's got a little bit out of sorts there, and he's having a hard time gathering it back up. Once he does, he'll be fine, and it looks like he's finally back in rhythm.
Yeah, here comes Nichols. So he's finally found a hole he can jump into there. Yeah, so stop the bleeding.
Back up front, Johnson walking away a little bit from Blaise Brinkley. Hacker still in third, Rigsby fourth, Johnson fifth, so everything's status quo there. It looks like Gordon has gone to the pits.
Well, and you know what? We're at lap 38 now. They finally got a heat cycle into these tires, so we're going to see some guys coming and going now. These tires are just warm enough now. They're all blown up, and they're all nice and hot and greasy, and some guys are going to be able to drive this, and some can't.
So lap 40, or approaching lap 40 here at 100, Gary Eschen back in 12th, making a move. It's Hoffler again. It is just not working for him tonight. The 20 machine out of sorts.
Hoffler could have done right here is he's actually might have wore out his right rear. It's weird, but that's your main tire that wears out at this point, and you have no exit speed. You cannot get back on the throttle whatsoever. The power will not go down, and it's just going to hurt your exit speed. And you're going to get passed on the inside.
Loose condition here, or is it a tight loose condition?
It is a very loose condition. Very.
Okay.
And you can see it as guys continue to get loose off the corner. Williams that time a little loose, but still faster than Hoffler. And here he's trying to take this spot. The longer it takes, Hoffler better just give it up, because here comes Dinsmore. Here comes Cook. It might be too late now.
Yeah, he's got to find that gap and get on the bottom. He's obviously hurting on that high side.
And
He's got to get rid of him.
He's found his way to the bottom a couple times, just hasn't helped him too much. I hate to say it, but you know, he's just he's struggling there. So yeah, and we see Blaise is caught back up to the leader here.
Yeah, it looks like Hacker and Rigsby starting to make some progress as well. Here comes Johnson. So Ryan Johnson underneath Rigsby, looking for fourth place. He didn't maintain that underneath too long though.
Yeah, probably just a warning shot right there to let him know he's there, you know.
Oh, he's a little bit faster.
Yeah, yeah. Show him the nose, let him know, you know, I'm back here. My intention is to pass you. Let's get it on.
That sounds almost like a warning of bad intentions, Baron.
Yeah, sometimes it is. It depends on the driver, your history with that driver. If you're showing a lot of respect like these two are right here, he just let him go, right? So these two obviously no beef involved there, but if you're one of those guys that, you know, doesn't give up a spot, Ryan Newman's the field, that's how you get turned around.
Poor Ryan Newman.
Yeah, but all Rigsby's doing right here, he's just going to sit there and pace himself behind that 38 of Ryan Johnson. He's got nothing to gain and nothing to lose right here. He's just going to save tires behind him and maybe learn something sitting behind the 38.
Here's Gebel and Austin and Randy Nichols in this group, as Brian Cole has walked away from that group a little bit. Austin looking good tonight. He gets underneath Gebel. So how about this? The 5 machine, Scott Austin making progress.
And it looks like he's towing the 69 right along with him. So these two guys were battling hard earlier. And that has settled down a little bit. And the 5 machine seems to be got an anchor out there. Oh, we're on the yellow.
Wachowski here on the track. Stop. That can't be good news. He gets it turned around right in front of the leader. Good job by him.
Multiple LCQ winner there.
Let's get a look and see what happened to the 24. So you see the 76 right there. That's Klein. Klein gives him a little nudge up the track, and that'll make him break loose on exit, and around he goes.
It's a little tap. It won't too bad. Just one of those short track taps.
Just trying to get him to look at someone in the crowd there, get him turned around. And we got pit stops on here. This could be big. Leaders in. It's Ryan Johnson, Rigsby, Hacker, Shepard, Gebel, Austin, Nichols. It's Eschen, Hoffler, a whole slew of people coming in.
A lot of takers.
This is going to hurt Ethan Johnson and Blaise Brinkley that stayed out at this point. I mean, they're all going to go and get on right side tires, like I said, that those right sides are going to wear out faster. You're going to get more loose. These guys are going to be more confident with their cars. So Ethan and Blaise, they better either save their stuff really well, or they're going to have to hold that bottom.
Well, and you can throw Brian Cole in that mix. Austin Williams, 22 positions up into 4th position. Yeah, a lot of these guys stayed out, and you're right, Colin. Some of these guys have those Dr. Feelgoods on the machine, and they're going to be coming hard.
Some of these guys coming in during the second lap. Never like that, but you got to do what you got to do. But Ryan Johnson, first off at pit road, will start in 6th position. Hacker, Shepard, Austin, and Nichols in your top 10 all have fresh rubber. So it's the top 5. Ethan Johnson, Blaise Brinkley, Brian Cole, Austin Williams, and Will Eastman making an appearance here in the top 5. Great job by Will getting up here. Question is, can he hang on to it?
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty troublesome to do that with old tires, but I mean, he's been saving his stuff in the back. It seems like he hasn't been really pushing it, so who knows? He might have the best tires out of the top 5 right now.
Well, we will find out soon.
Absolutely. Big caution. Halfway mark in the race in the Throwback 100. Look back a little further. It's Eschen in 11th. Hoffler, Rigsby, who was doing such a great job. And heck, with the choose rule, he might be in 3rd before we know it.
Right.
Matt Cook, Gebel, Jan up here in 16th. Justin Moore, Rodney Huntun, Womack, and Dismore, your top 20. As it looks like choosing going on. So up on the high side, it's going to be Eastman who goes up to the high side behind Brinkley. We got Brinkley's dropping back. Blaise Brinkley is dropping back.
Very critical for Randy Nichols. He's going to get a couple of positions on him.
Not sure what's going on with the 77. Apparent penalty of some kind. I don't believe. Did Blaise pit during that? He did not pit, so this is something. He wouldn't have got a penalty on pit road. This has got to be an enforced EOL. Not sure what it's about, but something we missed, obviously.
Interesting.
So give Eastman the outside 2nd spot. He's going to be starting in. Great job by him. Hacker on the outside in row 2. And Eschen all the way up to 6th now. My goodness. Here we go. Ethan Johnson. Great start again. Cole down underneath of Will Eastman. And he's going to grab that spot. Hacker jumps to the low side.
So Colin, he didn't waste any time. That truck pulled off. He said, I'm out.
Yeah, he's just trying to build that gap as big as he can because he knows he's got new tires behind him. There's no time to waste here. He needs to pull that gap and hope that 2 car does not get there anytime soon.
Yeah, the 2 car boxed in right now, but he's going to find his way up there.
Yeah, Brian Cole hoping to do the same thing, hoping to get as much gap between those tires as he can. Lap 56 of 100 laps in this event, and time's a ticking, Clarice.
Here comes Austin Williams having himself a night. He's underneath the Eastman. So him and Ryan Johnson, we got caution on the track. So we see some cars together for a little party down here. I'm not sure what's going on.
Bit of a soiree.
Been hanging around with the fancy people again.
He's in Talladega, I told you.
So you look at Dinsmore here, and probably up ahead of him, something going on. Here comes a 47. Oh, not clear, not clear. So I don't know who wasn't clear, but it looked like Dinsmore didn't think he was going to fill in the bottom that quick, came down, and there was a car closing that gap real fast.
Huh.
Spotter must have been eating ice cream bar.
I don't know who you blame in that situation, and I'm not going to choose one, but lap 59 of 100 here.
Colin Kennedy, I am so glad you're in this booth. We're eating ice cream.
So Brinkley, after an apparent penalty, comes in, says, "What the heck? I'm already at the back. I'll pit." Dinsmore comes in as well.
He's got damage. He's got a bit.
Brinkley
He might be
makes
getting
it
some
out.
ice cream too.
Your leader, Ethan Johnson. You got Brian Cole, and then Bryan Hacker with fresh tires will be in third, and he's going to be a threat. You got Williams, or Eastman and Williams, and then Ryan Johnson, who's got new tires, as does the rest of the field. So just three guys, Ryan Johnson, Brian Cole, and Will Eastman up here on old tires trying to fend off the field.
I'm interested to see what Gary's going to do here. He has taken that outside every single choose, and it is helping him so much. And I believe we're going for it again right here. Or no, maybe not. We might be going single file here. But if Gary takes that outside again, he's worked it the best out of anybody. And he's got fresh rubber. So he might be a number one challenger for this race with Ethan Johnson.
Choose should be coming up this corner. I think it's pretty safe to say our top two will go low. And there you see the choose being made. Cole looks like he's staying high. Maybe that wasn't the choose. It looked like the choose.
Like they're just running nose to tail right now. Yeah.
So here's the choose. You can see Cole goes low, Hacker high, Eastman high, Austin Williams low, Johnson's high, Eschen stays high. My goodness, Shepard goes low.
It just tells you track position is a premium here, right? Where these guys are actually opting for the high line, knowing it's the slower way around, but that track position is more important to them.
Very interesting indeed to see a couple of guys I thought almost sacrificed a spot to go to the high side. I think it was a mistake, but you're on the spot. It's a quick decision, isn't it, Colin?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, you see who goes there and who doesn't. And I mean, you can judge usually off of who goes to that high side if they're going to be quick or not, and to choose it. So obviously a lot of faith in the guys that went on the high side, because I mean, people are choosing the high side before the low side there.
Yeah, maybe you just want to change the scenery. You know, if you're racing around the same group of guys all night, F it, I'll go out to the high side up there, you know, get a different look.
Absolutely. Ethan Johnson out here, your race leader, looking tough to beat. He's on old tires. Can he hold off the field? Hacker on the outside. It's Cole and Eastman in row 2. Austin Williams, Ryan Johnson in row number 3. And we're ready to go back. Green flag racing here, the Throwback 100. Pace truck off. Ethan Johnson down and away. Hacker trying to get second. He will do that. Cole slow, but no, Hacker gives him room, so Cole gets underneath him.
I thought the 2-car had plenty of room to come down.
Oh, he did. He was just being
now.
very, very careful, and he's lucky Cole trying to be very cautious in third as well. Behind him, Williams and Eastman start a fight here.
How about Easton on the high side right here? He's doing great.
He really is.
Line.
Yeah, he really is.
Outside of Brian, he's actually gaining position on the high side right now.
And he's got old tires.
He's going to take that position away
Look
from
at that.
Dustin.
Oh, and we're back under caution.
We got Wachowski here, the 24 facing the wrong direction, so it's the second time we've seen that. He gave his nose a little punch there, to kind of like banging yourself in the head right in front of the leaders. Wow. Oh no, don't. Don't.
He just went dad on him again, didn't he?
Oh boy.
Yep, he did.
So here's the 24, and we've got the 76 of Klein behind him here. He's been involved more than once with that same exact thing. So Frankie likes to punch him in the rear. I don't know if that's acceptable or not.
Depends on what party you're at.
We have an American dad show. Can we get a Canadian dad show for Dean?
Don't.
Don't now. Now is Ethan Johnson's now going to the back? What in tarnation is going on at the front? First Blaise Brinkley goes to the back. Now Ethan Johnson is going to the back.
I'm not sure what's that.
For what? An early start, maybe?
It must be a restart violation of sorts.
It's the only thing I could come up with.
I did see on the restart that there is a restart zone in here, and he did jump a little bit before it, so that might be why he's going to the back.
Wow, Ethan Johnson, wire-to-wire leader here on lap 69 of 100. He goes to the back. I mean, that's the second time now. We've seen that. Blaise Brinkley, our points
Brinkley's
leader.
back there with him, yeah.
And they're back there together now, and I think they're venting their anger through their windows. And
I would imagine there's going to be a sternly worded letter.
And all this is doing for Randy Nichols is helping him in his point situation right here. He's ahead of Brinkley and he's ahead of Hacker. So
yeah.
Not Hacker. What's his face that just dropped?
Colin, I have a dad as well, and he was the king of the sternly worded letter.
Oh my gosh.
He once sent my football coach a long, nasty letter about letting the young men on the football team swear on the sidelines.
So since you're Canadian, is football soccer or is soccer football?
Listen, that's just insulting. Football's football. I don't know what soccer is.
Boring.
Do they even play soccer? It's too cold over there. I feel like
soccer's getting quite big in Canada, but racing is getting bigger. And here we go. Hacker, Cole, Eastman, Shepard, Rigsby's back up here with Williams, Johnson and Eschen, Austin and Nichols into your top 10.
Cole taking the outside here. I have not seen that yet tonight.
Brian Cole has run a lot of laps here at North Wilkesboro. If he can make a high side pass, he's going to give it a rip.
Bryan Hacker, great restart. Eastman down on the low side, trying to close out Brian Cole. Cole sends it in real deep. Now needs a big runoff to hold off Eastman. He gets the run, but Eastman's still there on entry.
Yeah, not enough room yet.
He carried momentum down the straightaway, so he might get a little bit ahead of. He's not going to be fully in front, but he's going to have a good run here in 1 and 2. The momentum carry is better through 1 and 2, but it seems like he got a little too high right there, and he's going to get sideways.
Yep, a little wide out there.
Struggling here. He's got to get him beat or get in line. He chooses to get in line. Behind him, Williams and Shepard doing battle. Johnson and Rigsby doing battle. Lap 74 of 100.
How about the job of Will Eastman coming back, staying out, and he's just driving through the field right now. I mean, he's just doing great.
Choose ruled himself right to second place, didn't he?
Yeah, awesome work from Will Eastman, the number 13. Seems lucky here tonight with the choose rule decisions.
Lucky or smart here. I mean, second place is second place with 26 laps to go.
Well, I mean, with the number 13 is all. It doesn't seem to be bad luck for him. Ryan Johnson back here battling for fifth, still working on Dustin Shepard. Shepard goes up a little too high that time, and now Scott Austin looks down on the inside. And don't forget about Nichols. He's putting that 69 there low, and he's almost touching. That's almost a bad touch.
Yep, that was pretty close right there.
Yeah, all Nichols is seeing is right now is points. Points on Blaise. And that's all he's trying to gain right now. He wants this 5 car to get in front of that 89 so because that's 2 positions that he has over Blaise.
And that's Dustin Shepard right there up in front. So he's a points contender as well. Yep. So yeah.
When Rigsby falls back, he doesn't want any part of this. He sees these boys are racing real hard. I like that move from Rigsby. He smells something bad happening. He'll fall back in line.
He may know better. Like, he may be considering it. Like, look, these guys are going to start beating on each other with 22 to go.
As this battle rages on with 22 to go, Hacker opening up a lead. Eastman in second still, Cole in third, and then it's Williams in fourth and Ryan Johnson fifth. Back to the battle. Austin and Shepard continue to run side by side.
Dustin's doing a great job here on the outside. He's getting low enough to where he's kind of taking almost the air off of the 5 and getting him a little loose coming off the corner. But yeah, he's doing great. In 3 and 4 is where the high side struggles, and you can see it just a little
Oh, and we
bit.
got ourselves a wreck. Brinkley's
What is-
involved.
Ooh.
So points leader. Oh, and he's going to back up in front of the crowd. That's never a good idea. Don't.
No.
No, don't.
Let's get a look in on the replay here and see exactly what caused this carnage. Brinkley, the 77 down low. Eschen's up high. They're running real close together. Oh, and he just gets into Hoffler a little bit. Hoffler gets loose. Then the check up in the 14 and Cook's in there. Looks like a couple others spinning out, going for little joy rides into the grass. Hoffler trying to get it turned around. He's going to just sit there and block Brinkley for a minute because he's not too happy with him. And he's going to get him. He's really not happy.
Really not happy with him. And I think he's picking on the wrong guy here because it looks like he let him go. Let's take a look at. Can we take a look back at that thing? Because I think he did touch him, and I think he backed up off him, and I don't think that's what got him spun. See here, he nudges him. To see, he backs up, right, and then the
Eschen
23
cleans him
finish.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of fault there. It's pretty hard racing, and he did back out. The problem was the damage was done. So, Hacker leads, 18 to go. Eastman's still there. Let's check our pit board here because Hacker's got fresh rubber, but how about Eastman, Cole, and Williams with the no pit strategy? It's really paying off here.
Like I said, it was track position as a premium. Colin, you want this yellow? I mean, like if you're Hacker now, like, do we need this yellow? Because, you know, track position is everything. These guys are going to cool these tires down. They're going to have a run at him.
He wanted that to stay green the entire way. Eastman's obviously on older tires, so they're a little bit worse than his, and the more time you have on those tires, the worse they're going to get. But this is going to benefit Brian Cole a lot because obviously he was running down Eastman here. It depends on where he goes on this restart, if he can capitalize on that 13, because I do believe Brian could get up behind Hacker and possibly make a move.
Yeah, and with the cooler tires, he's not going to have that much of an advantage, so... interesting that this plays out the way it does now, because if Brian's on the inside, all he has to do is go the minute he sees that 2 machine flinch.
Yeah, Eastman's not scared of going to that high side at all. He's been up there, he's been on the bottom, he's been everywhere, honestly, so he's confident probably anywhere. And Eastman might see this as a chance to get the lead here, so
yeah,
it depends on what decision he makes and where everybody else goes.
So a very cerebral race being run by the 13. He's found himself in second place, but he's done it through strategy. I like what he's done.
And he does go to the high side. Looks like Scott Austin going to go second on the high side. And Dustin Shepard third. Dustin Shepard being shuffled back, an apparent penalty. So another penalty being dished out. Shepard moving towards the back. So a lot of points leaders have been shuffled to the back during this session. A big move in points. This is going to be huge with championship implications.
Yeah, there sure are. And Ryan Johnson's found himself back to the 7th place position. He's got Gary Eschen with him. So Randy Nichols, Jan in there rounds out the top 10. So interesting.
Big mover, like Austin Williams up 20 spots. I mean, that is just awesome.
And you gave Scott Austin a chance of clean track here. You remember in that last run, he was around a whole bunch of people trying to pass people. Now you give Scott Austin a chance at clean track. And, I mean, it might surprise you what he can do with this. So.
All right, here we go. With 14 to go. Hacker down and away. Eastman again going to have to fend off Brian Cole and others. Cole this time a little more aggressive through the corner as he looks for second place.
It's all out right here now. There's no saving tires, no saving anything. It's go time.
No, we got one around. Staying green.
And caution does come out. So It looks like there was a secondary incident here with Huntoon involved.
Huntoon there, yeah.
And Hoffler, last week's winner of race number 1, he's been struggling here tonight. So 3 wide, Blaise goes underneath. Huntoon on the high side, nothing doing with him. You see the other spinner.
Self-spin, and then these two get into each other.
And Hoffler's around, and Hoffler just looking for victims here. No offense, Travis.
It's going to be an interesting conversation in the war room tonight.
Yeah, going to be interesting. There'll be some anger out there, but that's short track racing too. You get in these late bottles, boy, and it can really get heated.
Tempers flare quick, especially on the slightest of contacts. If it just constantly, repetitively happens to you, it's just going to make you even more angry, especially when it comes to the same person.
So Matt Cook, lone man on pit road. Hacker leading. Hacker doesn't mind these cautions whatsoever. Looks like Callahan gets himself the lucky dog, so he'll be back on the lead lap.
Notice we got Randy Nichols up to 8th now, and Blaise Brinkley's not even in the top 20 right now, so big points night, big points availability for Randy Nichols, so move up a couple points and close the gap for on Blaise.
Yeah,
Blaise no longer on the track, so that's big news and big possibilities for these guys. Let's quickly look in on our points. You got Nichols, Eschen, Hacker, and Shepard all in the top 5 there, so they'll be looking to grab a big points night.
Yeah, Nichols and Eschen right there together, so Nichols looking to expand his lead over Eschen, but Eschen, and Nichols both taking a bite out of Blaise Brinkley's lead, so interesting.
And Ryan Johnson there, behind Bryan Hacker, he's the top position on the track out of these points leaders.
Yeah, Rigsby up there with Johnson, so they're all right under the same umbrella again.
Choose rule going. Rigsby low. Nichols high. Oh, no, that's not the choose rule. Just some movement there on the track. 8 to go here in the Throwback 100.
Yeah, we're coming down to the wire here. It's going to be interesting to see what Will Eastman does here. I mean, last time he did not get to the outside of Bryan Hacker like he wanted to. So maybe we should work on the initial start a little bit right here and just see if he can't get to the outside of the two, because he can obviously hold it on Bryan. Just see if he can hold it against the leader with clean air.
Yeah, I think he's got to try, right? I mean, Eastman not particularly points racing here. He's looking for wins. And we're going to go single file at the end of the race. My goodness, what an advantage here to the top few cars. Hacker, Eastman hangs in there. Cole, Williams, Austin.
This is the closest Eastman has been to Hacker, so this is going to be a testament to see if he is faster than this 2 car right here. And it seems like he has closed the gap a little bit.
Yeah, he's right there. And here comes Cole. So I'm not sure this 2 car's got the steam under it had at the beginning. These tires have equaled out, and Will Eastman's right there.
Let's go on board with Brian Cole here and see what we can view.
Yeah, Brian's so smooth to that corner.
Really gets through that center nicely.
Yeah, no doubt. He gains a lot of time right there, and he's just, you can tell he's not really struggling. Even though he's on old tires, he is not struggling at this point.
Up in front of him, the battle rages on. We're down to 5 to go here. Cole chasing Eastman. Eastman chasing Hacker. You can throw him under a blanket here. It's anybody's game still. Hacker a little bit high there.
And here comes Austin Williams.
Austin Williams up 22 spots here this evening.
Yeah, what a well of a race from Austin right there. Coming through and
yeah, for sure.
Staying out helped him a lot.
We got a little problem back here, but it gets sorted out. Back to the lead battle.
Hacker's building a little bit of a gap here. He's feeling more comfortable, got more in his rhythm. Easton's got to find something different here to at least get back to his back bumper.
Yeah, he's got to put it where he isn't.
2 laps to go. Eastman digging hard on the inside. The 82 goes high, trying to get a big run. Neither thing works on Hacker. Oh, Eastman drives deep through the middle there. A great run through the middle. Can't get off the corner quite as good. Final lap for Bryan Hacker.
Full send.
The 2 goes down through 1 and 2, looking good. He's got one more corner to navigate. Down through 3, out through 4. It's going to be the 2 of Bryan Hacker. Eastman hanging on to second. Cole, Williams, and Austin, your top 5. Johnson, Nichols, Rigsby, Eschen, and Gebel, your top 10. And it looks like a little bit of carnage towards the back with Dinsmore, who's already gone to the garage. Bryan Hacker, race winner here in the Throwback 100.
Yeah, great race for these guys. We saw some strategy, a little bit, a couple green flag runs, tire difference.
Yeah, much better. Yep, much better.
Yeah, we've seen that strategy come into play, and actually not. Like, it was almost reverse strategy that came into play. The no tire call may be the best one, as we take one final look at our pit board there, and you see Eastman and Cole finishing second and third without pitting. A great call by them. You see here Bryan Hacker parked along with your second and third, Eastman and Brian Cole. These guys looking great out there. Right now, let's take a short commercial break. We'll come back and we'll get race interviews with all 3 of these gentlemen.
Oh yeah, it's always special to win here at North Wilkesboro. But yeah, this is a great race. We saw both lanes come in really towards the end. Tire strategy, saving your tires. But it was overall a great race. Every person in here just ran a great race. No complaints. But yeah, this is a great race.
Thank you. Felt like it took forever, but pretty good race. We had one long green flag run there, but just too many cautions. But I think I made a couple mistakes on the choose cone, but other than that, I'm happy with the third place.
Absolutely. The choose cone, always difficult, when you're not used to it in particular. And, you want to, a lot of times you want the inside, but you don't want to give up too much track position. Sometimes the guys did. But Brian, talk a little bit about towards the end of the race here. You're battling, you and Eastman both on old tires. Hacker's up there. He's got 50 lap fresher tires. Did you have anything for him? And for that matter, battling Will Eastman, talk a little bit about that battle as well.
I felt like I might have been a little quicker, but probably not quick enough to pass him unless he made a mistake. But I don't know. I figure with all the caution laps that tires won't make much of a difference. So although when everybody came in up but us, I think it was just 3 at the front, if I'm not mistaken. But I was kind of second guessing myself. Thought I might have made a mistake, but with all the cautions that allowed the tires to cool down, so really wasn't much of a difference. I just saw it was one, I think the restart where Ethan jumped and got black flagged. If I had picked the outside there and could have got out front once they penalized him, I believe I might could have won the race. But it's always easy looking back. Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah, there's always a lot of woulda, coulda, shouldas, and but you kept it clean out here tonight. Seen you maybe back out of a couple of little fights there from the outside to slip into line. Was that a conscious choice, or is that just what the track was giving you?
Well, I always try to be a little conservative, but I don't know who's running for points and who's not. So I just kind of tried to pretend like everybody I was racing around was in the points. So tried to race them clean, and you know how we try to do on Wednesday nights. So just figured race them clean, they'll race me clean.
Absolutely, Brian. You did a great job of keeping it clean, getting up there, keeping those tires under you. Big key here at North Wilkesboro. You did a great job. Congratulations on your third place finish tonight. And anybody you want to shout out, you go right ahead, brother.
I appreciate it. I want to thank the Furniture Mart, and thank you guys for the broadcast.
All right, quick and to the point, Colin. That was third place finisher, Mr. Brian Cole. I believe you're sitting down there with our second place finisher.
Yeah, I'm sitting here with Will Eastman on second on the night. Will, how you feeling about tonight?
Well, it felt good to get back racing again. I haven't run all year. The last couple of weeks couldn't make it with our own racing big races at the end of the year, so it was good to get back and run with the NSRL guys.
Well, it sure didn't like you skipped a beat, Will. You ran both lanes great, and honestly just ran a clean race. How did staying out help you throughout the race?
Honestly, I thought we were gonna get I didn't push too hard, getting the EOL from missing the last race, having to start in the back. I didn't push too hard in the beginning, and I just stayed out because I thought we'd get a big run again and maybe come in late to get some tires. And actually, I ran my fastest lap toward the end of the race there. So definitely didn't think it would work out that way, but it worked out better than I anticipated.
Well, you ran a great race tonight. And did anybody you want to shout out or anything?
Teammates, it's good to talk to them. It's been, like I said, it's been a few weeks since we were able to run, so thought it was a pretty good team night for us, but I was glad to be back.
Well, congratulations, Will. Have a good night.
Thank you. Me too.
All right, Baron, that was second place. Will Eastman had a whale of a night, gaining over 20 spots on the track.
Yeah, and a hell of a race. Very, like I said, very cerebral in his attempt to finish second and try to steal a win here. But I got the leader and the checkered flag winner, Bryan Hacker, here with me in the O2 machine. Brian, hell of a night. Great job pulling this one off.
Yeah, thanks. We kept our nose clean. I think that that was kind of the key to the race, as it is with most of them this season, unfortunately. But it feels like a little bit of a weight lifted off of us. We've had a not so great year. We've had a lot of bad luck and a lot of maybe it wasn't luck. We've had some bad luck, and I think we've had some unfortunate circumstances with some of the people around us.
Yeah, so talk a little bit about it. It seems like it's a landmine field sometimes out there, and you have had your share of snake bites. Talk about it now. You got your win under your belt, and you're going to assume the lead, as Blaise Brinkley had a very tragic night, finishing outside the top 20. So talk about it. What's the rest of your season like?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, you got to keep the nose clean. It's just odd to me. I've been running in this league for many seasons, and we've always been pretty clean. I can remember countless races where we've gone, green to checker, or one or two yellows, or pit strategy really came into play because we had so many long green flag runs, and it seems like this season we can't get out of our own way sometimes. So I know there's some new faces in here, and there's some guys that tend to be maybe a little bit more aggressive than what we've seen in years past. I don't know. I don't know what it is exactly, but we're fortunate to come away with the win tonight. But I know exactly how some of these guys feel because I've been in their seat a couple times already this season.
Yeah, for sure. And so more than halfway through the season now. We're moving on to the next race. I forget where we're headed here. Is it Bristol? Dean?
Yeah, I'm going to get the look in on that right now.
I think it is Bristol.
So we hit to Lanier next week.
Lanier. All right, Lanier. So any thoughts on Lanier?
Yeah, I love Lanier. It's one of my favorite tracks, but we'll have to start last, and I think that's a 3/8 mile, and it's going to be chippy as it always is. So, coming from 30th is going to take a cool head and making sure that we, are looking past the hood pins on the car. I think that's half the problem here is that some of these guys are too busy, worrying about what what their hood looks like as opposed to what's out in front of them. So hopefully we can do that next week. I'd like to just come away with a serviceable finish. I don't think it's realistic to think we can go back to back. It's really hard to do here. So if we can just get back up to the front, run top 10, top 5 would be a win for us next week.
Yeah, sure would. So, yeah, we noticed that some of the guys take their brakes, throw them on the dash, and then let the steering wheel do the talking. So, yeah, great finish tonight. Obviously, you've won the race. Dean, I'm just happy to talk to Bryan. Looks like he's got his head on. He sees the field, if you know what I'm saying.
He does, and you can tell clean racing is something you love, Bryan. We love to see that as you try to represent this league in a good manner here. Congratulations on this huge win here, man, in this points night that is going to put you right in the thick of the battle.
Thanks. I appreciate it, and I think I don't know there's probably not many people still watching this thing, but this late into the interview, but I just want to, there's a handful of guys that have run this league for many, many years, and it's always been a good, fun league. And I think there's just there's been a few changes this season. I don't think it has anything to do with the car, and I guess for you guys it really stinks because we've put on really, really good racing for years, and this season just seems to be whoever can stay out of the mess is going
Bryan,
to be
from experience, when you have new people, it's not always the new people who are the problem. Right. It's the knowledge of the racers, right? So sometimes you have vets who don't know the new people and maybe don't respect them in the same manner. But there's a myriad of effects that happen. So you'll get it sorted out. New people become old people real fast. You just got to bear with it. And when you get a victory, hey, it's a little easier, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. We've had a rough year, so happy to be here.
Absolutely. We're happy to see you in victory lane. I don't know, did you give shout-outs? You feel free to give out any sponsors or shout-outs you like to give.
Yeah, so the color of my car changes pretty much every week, but Scott Austin Designs, he had a great run in 5th. Thanks to him, thanks to everybody on the team. Justin McDuff couldn't make it tonight. Chris Stump, who had an unfortunate night, and then everybody else that's a part of this: Aberdeen Lodge, Boulder Beer Bar, Carbon Junction. There's a lot of folks that have been with us for a long time. So thanks to those guys for making this all happen.
All right, congrats again. Bryan Hacker in the O2 machine, victorious here in the Throwback 100. Colin, I mean, he did a great job out there, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Managed his lead as soon as he got it. Never saw any major mistakes from him. Very clean all night. But, yeah, he's just a great overall race from Bryan. It was just one of those races that he got to lead and just held it confidently. So props to Bryan. Great race.
Yeah, absolutely.